Hey guys, and welcome to episode 4 of The Art of Coaster. And today we are going to talk about how LOGO tells a story with Edo coasters.
3, 2, 1, go! Go! Go!
Carlton's Park!
Submission is experiencing a delay that cannot be resolved at present.
We'd like to apologise for any inconvenience this may cause, but for now we're trying to beat back the weather.
Carlton's Park!
So I quite like the 13 logo because it's all like creepy, mysterious, and I think the colour black and green goes nicely together. So what are your favourite logos?
I'm gonna have to be the Smiler because it kind of relates to the ride and like the hypnotising kind of side of it because the guys like optical illusions, so I just feel like it really fits well with the ride. And obviously it's smiling, the Smiler.
I mean, I was going to say something. What about you, Liam?
I quite like the first one, but I also am Brown.
Yeah, I think like, obviously, I think it was done on purpose because like he's an illusionist, and I think that you've done something right when people are arguing. It's like film, people are arguing it prequel, sequel. Here, is it gate, fence, people, or beyond?
Yeah, I used to like kind of like a fence kind of bars, but then you guys mentioned the train track, and now I kind of see that more than anything else.
I'm trying to think of any other logos that like any other logos that have done that. Like I don't think there really is any. I think Vulcan Peak, maybe. That was one of the scare mazes at Foot Park 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And obviously there are some hidden Easter eggs in the Wickerman alphabet. Have you noticed the Oblivion and like in the Wickerman alphabet?
I haven't, no, but I've never really looked.
No. I've tried to make a Wickerman, like a recreation of like the staff uniform and the bag. So that's why I was looking into it.
Do you guys prefer the Galactica or the Air logo? Because for me personally, I prefer Air logo.
Personally, I prefer the Galactica logo.
I'm on the same page. I think the Galactica one, I mean, it's got less detail, but it's more sharp, modern. But the ride has to be Air. I mean, I like the new setup. Like, it's now you've got a bit more colour in the station, and now you've got like the screens. But I think the VR really doesn't work with it. I mean, I think when VR came out, because we mentioned this in our next podcast, but I think the VR, like everyone's like, oh, VR's new. Now VR's just died. Like,
yeah, I agree.
I like, do you know the Nemesis logo, as in Dalton Towers, not Foot Park? They've been able to put numbers in, like Nemesis 25 and Nemesis 15,
I do prefer the old one though.
I went through my mum's stuff when I don't know how old it was, and I found a Nemesis old logo on it. If I was to find that now, that'd be worth a lot of money. Actually, I've got a Monopoly board with the Flumon instead of Wickerman. I couldn't sell it because, it's damaged. I wouldn't sell it anyway.
For me, when painting logos, the new Nemesis logo is easier to paint because it's a lot more simple, but looks-wise, I prefer the old one.
Yeah, I think, because I was going to paint, well, not paint, I was in watercolours. It's still paint, anyway. So I was going to paint the Nemesis logo, but I was like, it's quite boring. It's just simple. It's just writing a word. So that's why I like the Wickerman logo, because it actually has a little icon, not the ride, to it. Because trying to think of ones with basic logos. The
Oblivion.
Yeah. Well, Oblivion has an icon to it, but that's more or less easy to make. It's just a circle. Well, not a circle. Actually, I got in trouble with this. I thought one day in school, I did all the O's sideways, then with the Oblivion thing on it, just to see if anyone would notice. And that was on Oblivion's 30th birthday, and I got told off. I was like, I think it was mainly English, because they thought I was a bit silly with writing. I don't know.
I do like the Oblivion logo, though. It is really simple, and obviously, I don't know, it just works.
I think it's nice, because obviously, I noticed this like last month to Towers. Now on the side of the Oblivion trains, they have the Oblivion logo to the side. So when it goes down almost vertically, it looks like it's the actual logo, if that makes sense, if you're looking at it from the side. But Oblivion isn't vertical. Working it. I have OCD, and it's just like.
So it doesn't
look out of place. I'm like, please, no, it doesn't look vertical. I was looking at it once, like, this is when I thought it was vertical. I was like, it doesn't look exactly vertical. I mean, it looks very close to it, but it doesn't look it. So then I googled it, and I was like, oh, well, then why is it called the world's first vertical coaster if it's not?
Because it looks vertical, that's why.
But it isn't vertical, so I think, just damn it.
I think it is, like, but, it's not as well. I don't know.
about the time interval you'd get.
Apart from 13. Literally, I love going 13 because, like, the first drop, everyone's like, oh! It's funny.
What kind of story do you guys think 13 tells then?
Well, I've always thought it was like, oh, they set 13 up in a day, and because, like, do you know where the drop is? Outside, it looks like a construction site, as in, like, do you know they put, like, the thing over when they're making a building? They put, like, that thing around it?
Mm.
That's what it looks like a bit to me.
Scaffolding.
What, scaffolding?
Yeah, scaffolding. That's why. That's what story I gave it. I love the uniform for Smiler. I'm gonna go on Google and try and spy some of it. Well,
yeah, I was gonna recreate it, but I don't know. I'm really skint, so that's
Skin?
Yeah, I have no money.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I thought you meant you're really skin. I was like,
Skint. I am really skint.
My brain is slow.
Have you seen the uniform for the Gruffalo, actually?
Oh, yes. I don't think it is as iconic as Smiler, because obviously that's a record-breaking ride. But I remember they did have something different. That's why I really like rides, like when they get into a storyline, like because they have a uniform, like a certain thing. Like CBeebies Land has something, Smiler has something, Wicker Man has something. I think 13 should have had something. Like, do you know if you see those, like, what are they called? Like the people with the hoods up, not gothic teenagers. You know what I mean?
I know what you're on about.
Yeah, I think they should have had something like that, but that'd have been a nightmare. And they'll get heat stroke easily. I'm trying to think what else had a... Walking Dead at Fort Park does, and I can't exactly remember anything else. And hotels, there you go, that's the last one.
Which is your favourite Scare Maze logos?
Has to be the, what's it called? Creekview Massacre. When at Fort Park, I don't know if you haven't been to Fort Park, but
No.
in the entrance to the queue line, the blade actually moves. They put it on a thing, so it moves. And I think that's just ace. And I think it means it's coming back next year.
Yeah.
So, fingers crossed. It's a great maze. But I think that's not going to. I was about to say what I was about to rate the Scare Mazes, then I forgot the topic. Anyway, now here's a controversial one. So we all know our favourite stuff, but we haven't really thought about our worst stuff. So what do you think is your? What would you say is your? What would you say is the worst logo? There you go. We have to speak.
Oh, I don't know. That's a tricky one. I'd probably just say Swarm, because it's just literally the letters.
It's got an icon. It has like a bit of a triangle. You're gonna hate me for this, but I think I'm gonna have to say Nemesis. Actually, no, it has got some bolt to it. So, but this is why like Rush and Zodiac at Fort Park, they're just flat rides, but they have logos.
Yeah.
I mean, so does Blade, but please, Blade, stay with us. Unlike Ripsaw. I mean, Ripsaw, I think everyone's just now. Merlin owns no top spins because they've got rid of them all. Ramesses Revenge is gone, and Ripsaw. So
I love the Ripsaw logo. That is one of my favourite logos.
yeah. I think Ripsaw was better than Ramesses Revenge. One, because they didn't have. I was on Ramesses Revenge and was like, said, "Oh, can you just move to the other side of the? Can you move down a bit?" I was like, "Why?" Because I go to the end of the road because I don't have to get wet. And I was like, "Oh," I said, "Why? Why should I move?" I was like, "It's best not to ask." I was like, "No, if I have to move, I want to know." I was like, because the thing's unbalanced. So, I think that's why they got rid of them, because there's like they might hopefully they get a new top spin which can easily be balanced, so they don't have to move people around. But bear in mind how Merlin's doing right now, I don't think it's going to happen.
Maybe they could do something to do with the weights on each side of it. So it's unbalanced. Inside they could move the weight slightly to the right, so it could be like in the middle.
Yeah, that'd be good. So I preferred the Ripsaw, because like that was much smoother than Ramesses Revenge. Also, it doesn't break down every 5 minutes.
I've never been on either. I mean, I've watched my dad on Ripsaw, but I didn't go on it because I was like 10.
Oh.
I've not been on either.
I mean, they're okay. I mean, I personally, they're not my favourite because I think I was too old when I went on them, and I was kind of scared of them. But I was like, it's a theme park. I can get a lawsuit on it. I'm gonna be fine. So I'll go on them, but they wouldn't be like my first choice basically. But if I knew they was gonna get rid of them, I probably would have ridden them a bit more.
Yeah, I'd probably go on Ripsaw now.
Yeah.
I mean, it did look scary when I was little.
I think that's like a good thing with rides. Like they really hype it up, and especially like stuff like Wicker Man. So the way they hyped it up, because like the only thing we had of Wicker Man was the logo. Like when we was looking into the construction site, we only had the logo. And same with Smiler, you only had the logo. So that's why the logo is really important, especially with rides, because it gives you a bit of an idea of what's happening. And yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
What are your opinions like with Scare Maze logos? Do you think they're really important? I mean, I personally I think every Scare Maze should have one, because it's like a unique brand. I can't speak now. A unique brand for that for that Scare Maze, and then they I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think they're essential, but I think that they should have one to kind of give it its own kind of, not a brand, but give it its own thing, so that you're recognizing it from the name, you're recognizing it from the logo. But I don't think they're like essential, like you have to.
I mean, last year when I did my first Tower Scare Maze, I was looking, because I mean, I found subspecies the scariest, so I was like, I'm gonna get a subspecies shirt. I was like, the logo doesn't really go nice. I mean, it's not as nice, so I went for Mind Tours. But do you know when a logo just like, you get a shirt and the image just comes to the end and it's like it's just the image and it hasn't faded away or whatever? That really annoys me. And do you know Jack Silson, his merch is just the picture and nothing else. And okay, you got the lines, but apart from that, it's just nothing. And that,
I quite like his work.
Okay, if it didn't have the things, then anyway. So Liam, you haven't really seen. You've seen the logos, but you haven't been to the event. So, what are your opinions on the Chessington Scarefest logo? Scarefest, Halloween logos. Sorry, I'm just stupid.
I think they fit them because obviously they're like a family. Well, they're not family owned, but they're not. The logos don't make you think, oh, that's really scary. Except from that one which they have in. Where is it again? In the
Creepy Caves.
Yeah, Creepy Caves on Earth. That's the one.
It only gets scary after dark, I think, because I think you have to pay to go after dark, and then they can touch you. I think, well, a logo, I mean, it's unless you look really deeply into it, because I know some people do look really deeply into stuff, like with IMA scores, like, oh, who do you belong to? Ha 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 ha, it must be Smiler. And I think people, when they got the logo for Wicker Man, was like, oh, I think it's Wicker Man, or people might have strapped John Wardley to a chair, I don't know. But
Poor John.
have you seen the photo of him with Nemesis? I think Theme Park Draft posted a photo saying, happy birthday John Wardley. He looks angry. Someone said, why does he look angry? I said, I think Nemesis is closed, or it has a long queue.
It's always got a long queue, apparently.
Yeah, I mean, it depends what time of day you get going at. If it's chucking it, it's a short queue, but I mean, that is just death.
Do you prefer Nemesis or Nemesis Inferno?
Nemesis.
Has to be Nemesis.
I mean,
the original.
I have never been on Nemesis Inferno, but I have watched POVs. I have been on Nemesis, and Nemesis looks like twice as good.
I mean, my only complaint with Nemesis is not very long, but I do credit it for its uniqueness being built in a ditch, because I think they literally blew up the site to build it. And I think it was the first to do this. I don't know about it, but so usually roller coasters of that time, the lowest point is where the station is. Nemesis at that time, I think that's the first one to have the track go actually lower than the station. Obviously now lots of coasters do this. Wicker Man, 13. I don't need to name names, but
I just think that Nemesis Inferno kind of doesn't have the same, like you said, the layout. It's just there. It's not, dug into anything. It's just a roller coaster.
Yeah, and that's
if that makes sense.
Well, with Oblivion and Smiler, they took ages to do that because they had to first of all dig a massive ditch for Smiler. Mm-hmm. And apparently Oblivion, there's a lot of water underneath where Oblivion was built, so there's literally on boats digging it apparently. There are some photos online, so next time you go into the abyss, just think that was dug, for 2 seconds. Think how it was actually dug in a boat. I think it's ridiculous. Okay, so you've got 8 trains and 5-second ride. Well, okay, well, it's a long lift hill, but it chugs along.
But yeah, I don't feel like Inferno is very unique. Whereas I feel like Nemesis is very unique. Just better in general.
What do you think, Liam? Because obviously you haven't been on either Nemesis, so you've only seen POVs, I think. So what do you think out of yeah?
I really don't know. I've only seen the logo as well. So what do you guys think about the logo?
I think they're very similar. Obviously, Inferno has more words, therefore it's I'll start that again. I think they're both quite simple. I mean, Nemesis Inferno has more words, therefore they have the opportunity to have. They've done them in different colours, the 2 words. But they are both quite simple. And obviously, I don't think Nemesis Inferno has really had a logo change. I don't know. I think we might have done a bit like a Chessington from cartoony to, I don't know.
Yeah, they literally have the same font as each other though.
Well, I think Nemesis Inferno was like to promote slightly Nemesis at Alton Towers, because like it was its sister coaster, I think. I don't know.
Maybe.
If you look up the Nemesis Inferno logo, then the word Nemesis, same logo as that at Towers.
Is it?
Yeah, it's literally the exact same. But
I'm going to Google.
No underneath it.
Hang on. This is. We need to whack an image up, and I can't bother, can you? I forgot to type logo. Is that? No, it doesn't look like. Oh, no, I don't think so.
Really?
Oh. Okay. Now I've got one next to it. Okay, now I see that. Yeah, it is. Thank you for watching today's podcast. We'll link Edo's stuff down in the description below. Don't forget to give this video a like and subscribe. And as it is my birthday, I'll give you my address and you can send me some cake.